I'm fairly happy with where that's at. We've got most of our locks up. I'm not seeing a lot of cut sides facing up. We redo this in the next stage as well. Now, because this fleece was broken, pretty badly broken, I'm going to use a frame. Now, the frame will help me condense the fleece in a bit, and it will also help with distinguishing those cut sides and getting everything the right way around. So the frame I'm going to use for this one is 110 by 82 centimeters internal, which is 43 inches by 32 inches internal. So we'll bring our frame up, and it's not a bad fit. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to squash in my fleece, try and keep my locks up, just condense it in there a bit as we go around the frame, pulling our locks up. Right, so we work our way around, getting our fleece inside that frame. Now we're only going to use the frame for a part of the process. We'll take it out of the frame as soon as we can. Just going to keep working around here, getting those locks into the frame and facing up. Okay, now we're all in there. Okay, all right, so we're going to go on to the next bit. We're going to try and tuck them, we'll readjust them. I want them just inside the border of the frame for the next process. So we'll just tuck them in a little bit. Nice bit of grass. All right, so we'll just tuck them down best we can. Okay, so the next part we're going to move on to is putting down some bubble wrap onto the frame. All right, so for the next part, we're going to put our bubble wrap down. And what we're going to do is going to put our bubble wrap with the bubble side towards the fleece. All right, so I'm going to get that one on. This is a fairly big fleece, so I'm going to have to use 2 sheets. All right, so once I get that laid out, I'm going to take my staple gun. Oh, there goes my tape. And I apologise for the noise. I'm just going to run some staples around the edge of that frame, trying to make sure that we don't staple the fleece to the frame. All right, so we just work our way around. Okay, so that's one side done. I'm going to get our second sheet, bubble side down, give it a bit of strength. We'll lay it over about halfway, bit of an overlap. I really should have moved that table further away from the wall. Okay, so we've got our second sheet in. Again, just going to continue stapling. Just roll our fleece back in there, it's a little bit out. And the same along the front here, just tuck that back in. Oh, and we're out of staples, so that'll have to do. Right, so we've got a pretty good line of staples the whole way around. Just to add a little bit of reinforcement, I'm just going to run some tape along that center join. I'll find my scissors. Right. So just a bit of sellotape. Again, I apologise for the noise, it's probably loud. Alright, we'll cut that tape off. Okay, so we've got our bubble wrap in place. And the next component we're going to do is we're going to work on flipping the fleece. Alright, so we're going to flip the fleece. Now you could put a piece of cardboard or something underneath, but we've got the material under it at the moment, and we're going to get rid of that anyway. So we'll just fold it up. Excuse me, my back to the camera. And fold all that in. Then we're just going to flip it over. All right, so what's going to happen is all our cut sides are going to be up. Work that through and I'll take that sheet out the way. All right, so what we are seeing is a lot of locks facing up, and we don't want them up, we want them facing down with all their friends. So we'll get this out of the way. Another beetle of some sort. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly go through and we're going to find our cuts and bring our cuts up and our locks down. And we're going to go through and pick out as much vegetable matter as we can, because this is where we're going to lay our rovings, and we don't want all this vegetable matter in between the rovings and our fleece. So we're going to go through slowly, put our locks down, get rid of this vegetable matter. What I might do is I might start in a corner and work my way through, trying to get those cut sides up towards me and the locks down as best I can. So we'll start over here. You can see we've got these nice locks facing up. We just need to separate it a bit and find out where his cut sides are. So there's a bit of a tear in the fleece there. I'm going to push those locks, fold them back under. So wet felting a rug is very, very time consuming. And we want to do this as best we can, because the better we do this, the better the rug is going to look in the end. So we need to have those cut sides up, because that is where our felt backing is going to bind to in the felting process. So I'm just going to go through this and just work at it slowly. We want it to look like this section here, where we've just got this cut side of the fleece up and we're not seeing any of those nice curly locks, because we want them down for the rug. So we can fold these ones under and figure out what's going on here. Again, torn fleeces are probably one of the harder things to work with, but it just takes time and patience to get it all squared away. Tuck them down. So I'm going to stop the recording here and just keep working through it. Now, this might take me a couple of hours to get it right, to get it to where I'm happy that we're not losing the locks in the felting. We're getting a really nice result, getting all those locks down and all our cuts up. And as I go through, taking out any vegetable matter that I find, just gently working that fleece so we get those locks down and those cuts up. So I'll keep doing that process, and when I'm all done, I'll restart the video and we'll have a look and see what's happened. But we want to get all those cuts up and all these locks down. It's just going to be a very time consuming. Sometimes you'll find you'll get things like second cuts, like this is part of the shearing process. Just keep these locks, are still quite good. We can use them to fill if we need to. We can use them in this project or other projects. So we're going to keep them. I'll just organise them as I take these second cuts out, and I'll just put them to the side. Some more. Second cuts is just part of shearing. If you can get a shearer to take their time, because you want to or keep the fleeces for this kind of process, that's ideal. But most of them will just shear pretty quick and want to get out. Right, so I'll keep working my way through this. Slowly, second cuts, vegetable matter, any matted pieces that have come in from when it's been shoved in the bag before anyone did any skirting on it. So we want to take out as much of the matted pieces as we can and just work on our nice locks. So I just thought I'd bring the camera over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I've just started working in this corner here. Because of the way the fleece was packaged, some of the locks are trying to felt, or they will grip to the cut side of the fleece. So I'm just finding the locks, tucking them down and sort of bringing up that cut side. So it's very time consuming. We can see we sort of have to work the fleece just gently and slowly to get those cut sides up. And this is why it takes forever to do a felted fleece and get a really nice result from what is a broken fleece. It's much quicker if your fleece was rolled. It saves a lot of this time-consuming component. So I just work a section. You can switch to another section. We're just going to pull that one over. And we're going to do this for quite some time. So just finding my cuts, pulling that over a bit, tucking those locks down underneath that cut side, and just leveling out, taking any second cuts out. And we've got a bit of a fold here. it will want to go back to its natural shape as a whole fleece, but it's just a matter of working through it bit by bit. So get these locks and fold them under. They've gripped in post to the back side, to the cut side. So we're just going to tease them out. And second cut. Again, a bit of second cut. Fold them under. Get rid of that second cut. Just fold it up. So I'm going to keep working my whole way across this fleece slowly. I'll probably do it for the next half hour or so, and then have a bit of a break, and I can come back to it at a later time. Just slowly working out what these locks are up to. I'll come back down through the cut. Some of them have felted in quite good, so I'll just get rid of them. These are second cut locks that have attached themselves in the postage component. So just going to work my way through it, get that VM out, and I'll work through it once, I'll come back, I'll work through it again, over and over until I'm happy with it.